Hey everybody, welcome
Hello.
back to Pixel Junkies. We're playing Formula 1. I'm Aaron, I'm here with Dave. Dave, how you doing?
Doing fantastic.
Are you? Don't sound too excited. We are in Canada after our sort of lackluster race in Monaco. Dave is on second this time. First time we've had a front row lockout in a video, Dave. What do you think? What do you think about being second?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. So yeah, we are in Canada. This is, I mean, obviously my home track. I'm from here. I've been here. It's a wonderful spot.
Yeah, I wish I could go.
These are all of our standings and points and things. Dave, after not getting any points in Monaco, is at 87. And I'm starting to build a little bit of a gap there with 143 points. So, Dave, you're going to have to start... you're going to have to get into the points in this race if you want to start closing that gap down.
Yeah.
Obviously. So, I mean, what do you think of Canada? What do you think of Montreal, the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve? What do you think?
Probably one of the best tracks on the whole list of tracks for F1. Be honest
It's
with
a nice spot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of. It's unlike a lot of the other tracks on the calendar, in the sense that it's just sort of, it's kind of short and it's just like really fast corners, kind of tapered off with two hairpins, in a way.
Very fast track.
And it's on an island. It's on a man-made island, and it's really, really, yeah, it's man-made island in the middle of the whatever the river's called. I forget. Terrible with the names.
Cool.
And yeah, so I wasn't sure looking at the race strategy. I don't know if it showed it or not. It probably did. I wasn't looking at it.
But
I believe we were on a split strategy, if I remember correctly. You were going for the option prime option, and I was going for the option prime.
Yes.
So Dave would be able to chase me down because I would be running the options in the second stint. So Dave would be able to chase me down at the end. So it would kind of be putting the cards or the eggs into Dev's basket, so to speak. So we'll see how that plays out this time. All right, we're getting ready to go. On board with Dave here. Oh, first red lights. All right, here we go. 3, 4, 5. Lights out. Away we go. I'm turning invisible for a second. This Vettel coming up alongside Dave. Close him out.
Cut him
and
off.
Dave, oh, okay, you're coming up really close there, and getting the inside, get a little touch of the wheel.
A little kiss. A little
Immediately
kiss.
into the action here. Come up to me, down through the third corner, through the center S. And then this is a really nice section here, coming around that concrete wall.
I'm not a big fan of this section here.
You're not?
To be honest with you. No, this one turn here, this left turn and the right turn. I'm not a big fan of it.
I like the
going
whole track.
back in when we used to play 2012, I think it was, when it was still only 30 frames a second, but I
well,
never...
on Xbox, it still is 30 frames a second on Xbox. Or on console,
play
rather.
Xbox console versions of this game anymore anyway.
The peasant version. Peasant.
Like I say, the handling on this is so much better. I mean, I like it a lot better than I did then, in that turn. Still, it's
it feels much better.
Well, yeah.
At 60 frames a second, it's much
much
easier to control. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not as twitchy and yeah.
It's those extra 30 frames really
make a massive difference.
Yeah, they help your senses get a finer control for what you're doing. So that's first lap finish there. Gap is 1.3, almost 1.4 seconds. Vettel with a similar gap back to third. Alonso almost a second behind Vettel. So, I mean, Monaco wasn't as exciting as we kind of hoped. So,
well, it was pretty exciting for the fact that I destroyed my car, but other than that...
Yeah, there's that. But not as exciting. And I mean, we had some good sections there towards the early laps.
Well, this is so far
sort of fell off. So hopefully we can sort of give you a better show, audience, this time out.
So far it's alright. Oh, little tail whip there.
Yeah, you're maintaining the gap so far. I'm running off in the grass there, trying to...
Yeah, you like the lead we have on the rest of the pack though? Jeez.
Yeah, the Mercedes car is just so much faster than everybody else. I mean, you might think that we're playing it on like an easy difficulty or something. We're playing it on professional, It's literally just the car is so much better than every other car in the field. And it wasn't uncommon for Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg in the actual 2014 season to be a minute ahead of everybody else. Even in Bahrain, they were, I think there was like 5 laps left, and when the race finished, there was a 5 laps left. There was a safety car. So under safety car, if you don't know, all the cars bunch up, and then they all restart at the same time. It's basically like a restarting at the beginning of the race. And at the end of the race, they were over 30 seconds ahead of everybody else, and that was only 5 laps. So it's like unbelievably quick. So and that said, good on Daniel Ricciardo for being as competitive as he was last season.
Yeah, a lot of good races.
Dave setting a plus, or I guess minus 0.2 second sector there in the first sector.
All some airs.
And it just flashed there for a frame, but I was plus 2 tenths. So Dave is gaining a 4 tenths so far on this sector.
Yeah, sector 1 usually I can excel in one. Sector 2.
You did seem to have a little bit of an advantage, or a bit of an edge. I don't know where you were gaining the time there.
No idea. I think it was not the right after the hairpin, right after pit exit. That right hand and left hand turn. I usually let off and haul ass through that. I don't actually hit the brakes or anything. Yeah,
I've noticed that you tend to take that corner very liberally, whatever. That's the wall of champions there on the inside right, and many cars have been destroyed on that wall. And you might see it in this video, but some cars come pretty damn close to that wall. Some of them hit it. That's called the wall of champions because just about every single world champion that's ever gone. I think there's actually like a statistic, like if you've...
Is that wall right on the finish line straight?
Yeah, it's the chicane right before the finish line straight. If you've hit that wall and crashed during the season, then there's like a good chance that you're going to become world champion that year. I think it's why they call it that.
Nice. So it's before the chicane.
Yeah, I'll point it out next time around.
Alright.
It's literally that chicane before the pit. Or the chicane next to the pit. So again, the gap, personal best is minus or half second off the pace there. Dave's 3 tenths faster than the pace. Set in a purple sector though, so it's definitely it's track best for him. Gap is 1.2, so it's sort of maintained around that 1.3, 1.4 margin. So you can see my car up ahead there. So this section right here, and then that wall right there on the inside is the wall of champions.
No, the red and white on the left.
Yeah, with the little green runoff space. And into the Senna S yet again. It's a great track.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorites next to Monza.
Yeah, it's a very, I mean, it feels a lot like Monza in the sense that it's so quick. It's not as, this seems like it's a more free-flowing than Monza is. Monza feels very almost like oval-ish with a couple of bends in there.
In all fairness, it
used to be an oval. Well, the new track is completely separate from the oval.
Except for the straight. Yeah,
well, even still, that section was completely rebuilt. It was like built next to the old straight.
No, it's if you look at the back end of the straight, it's lined up with the whatchamacallit,
No, they rebuilt it next to. You know where you come? You know the first the corner. There's the right-hand chicane. Where that chicanes to, the inside wall there is the original oval track.
Oh.
And then the new track is like a pit lane width over from the old one. I don't think it's there anymore. You might be able to see it on Google Maps or something. Anyway, it's all technical stuff that people don't care about. It's a quick track. I mean, it's like, I don't know what the mileage is, but laps can run around from 120 to 114, 115 seconds with this particular hybrid car. In recent years, when I was there in 2011, they had the V8 cars still. I think they were running like 112s in practice, so it was ridiculously quick track. Yeah. A little slow through there, gap up to 2 seconds, but I mean your dot is the only one behind.
For quite some time. Already up to 2 seconds here.
Yep. So, we should probably think of some things to talk about while this scenario sorts itself out. That's me setting a personal or a track best purple sector in the middle sector.
Or pace.
Yeah.
Well, you're the one setting the pace anyway.
I had a few things to talk about before we just started this. I completely fucking forgot. Yeah.
So they're very forgetful.
Yeah, apparently. Anyway, so how you been doing?
Not bad, not bad.
You've been dwelling on your failures in Monaco.
You can drop that, right?
No, I'm like one of those news journalists come up to you like, you failed in Monaco, you were a piece of shit in Monaco. How do you feel going into this race in Canada? Do you think you're confident? Do you think you can?
Oh yeah, I feel confident about this. I don't like Monaco, so.
You don't like it. It's just a technical track. That was a little sketchy there. A couple of janks on the wheel.
Yeah.
Another purple sector. I keep saying personal. Personal is the green one, and purple is track best, fastest car in that sector.
Yes. There you go.
That's that sorted out.
Red just means you suck at life.
Terminology. Been recording all fucking day, so this is probably like my 6th or 7th hour of recording, like of being recorded. So it's been a long day. Been a busy day. A lot of PixelJunkies content coming out soon. You should check it out. Although, based on when this video's... Okay, so you can see me there. I'm actually changing strategy now. I was on a split strategy to go to primes. I'm now actually going to options again. So I think I had the idea mixed up there. Yeah. All right, never mind. I didn't have it mixed up.
You ended up going to the same strategy.
Yeah, I went to the same strategy as Dave so that he wouldn't be able to have the upper hand towards the end of the race. I'm not too... I like being in control of the race. I mean, as you would. So when Dave is going to be on options on the final stint of the race and I'm on slower primes, I'm not a fan of that. I don't like Dave being up my anus hunting me down. So I decided to switch strategies mid-race.
Bahrain.
What was that?
Back to the race.
Yeah, Bahrain. That was a perfect example of that, and me being on primes at the end, and you being on options.
Although the entire race, I don't know what my problem was with that track, but the entire race, no matter what tire I was on your ass the entire race. With that, I was ahead of you, or we were just fighting back and forth.
Yeah, you were. And towards the end there, after I spun, I think we outlined that previously. Yeah. I used every freaking millimeter of rubber I had on those tires to catch up to you.
Yeah.
Wasn't much I could do to hold you off at that point. Gap down to 1.7. Still staying around that 2-second window. Vettel is 8 seconds behind Dave, so the gap is clearly growing.
Yeah, the claps are growing.
They're running into the curb of the wall of champions. Best lap by Dave currently is 1:18.3, and he's 1 second off of his best lap there. So Dave running pretty consistent lap times at the moment. Gap up to 2 seconds. I gained 2/10, just over 2/10 in that sector. And
Alonso's 10 seconds.
Really cutting that whatever it is, the water runoff grating on the inside.
Yeah. I haven't got any warnings for corner cutting, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I guess that's a valid point. I mean, if the game doesn't tell you to fuck off, then I guess it's fair, because it is
in all fairness, all 4 wheels are not off the track. Only 2 of them are.
Yep, although all 4 were off there.
Yeah. Well,
although they may not have all been off at the same time because it was a very abrupt curb. So
yeah, I think it slows you down more anyway.
4/10. Dave's up 4/10 on his lap. You can definitely see the gearbox in the back of my car now. Dave getting within the DRS range. DRS is definitely operable on lap 9. My best lap is currently 1:18.1, which is 2/10 quicker, I think, than your previous best.
Yep.
So is that. I'm running a little quicker, obviously. That's why I'm ahead of Dave at the moment. Lap 9. Going on to lap 10. And running... Yeah, you can see there. We had about the same lap. You were a little slower, I think, there. Gap back up to 2 seconds.
Last time, sector 3.
Yeah, so it's odd. You're gaining about 4/10 on me through the first 2 sectors, and I'm pulling the other 4/10 on you in the last sector.
Yep.
Oh, alright.
Oh, that should have been a corner cut right there.
They should commission you to mow the inside corner, that grass there. Great job done on it. By the time the race is over, there should be like mud track, like deformation or something in this.
Yeah. They should just not cut that section of grass and just let me cut it for them.
Yeah.
Run over a million times.
Like that inside corner, that reminds me of the race here in 2014. When one of the Marussias, I think it was Chilton's car, hit a Caterham, and they showed the replay in slow motion. It was on, I think it was on the first lap of the race. Two cars collided, and then another one drove over the top of one. And based on the initial collision, one of the floor pieces of carbon fiber flew up in the air, and then like 4 cars collided, and then 2 of them slid and flew into the wall, and had come to a stop before this piece of carbon fiber actually fell and hit the ground once, and then it bounced up in the air again. It's like you don't realize that how quickly all that happened. Like, you're looking at it in slow motion, thinking like, oh wow, that's pretty jarring. But then in like real speed, it's like, holy shit. Oh, and speaking of the inside wall there goes Dave's wing end plate, and along with the winglet on the top, but still has that section of the wing. So
yeah, I don't think it affects me too much.
Yeah, but you're gonna lose time when you pit. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing that will affect me.
Yeah, I mean, unless you don't fuck up.
Yeah, for all I know, the wheel falls off. Again.
This F1 video, once again, is brought to you by Jones. If we don't need to re-record the audio for this one anyway. I don't know if I mentioned it in the previous video.
Probably not. Probably didn't.
Sponsored by Jones. Read a shitty fortune under the bottle cap every time.
It's like the ghetto fortune cookies from Chinese restaurants.
Yeah. American advertising, when they come back from a commercial, they read off a bunch of commercials. Gotta love it.
America.
Yeah.
Oh,
we should have commercials in this just to make it stupid. They just go off on some stupid satirical nonsense.
I think we'd lose the followers we already have.
Yeah. What do you mean followers? You mean me? I'm not gonna leave.
You probably would. After you get mad watching one of your videos with all the damn commercials in it.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
It's only 20 minutes of video and an hour of
Even if I made
fuck
it,
is this?
Fuck this shit. 1.2 seconds. I mean, I really don't want to talk about advertising again, because I got really mad in the last video about it, but like, if I could summarize it as politely as I can, in that if you're making a product, I don't care. Whatever you're doing, I don't care about. Unless, in fact, I do care about, and then I'll look it up, and then I'll educate myself. I don't wanna have to sit through advertisements that are being forced for me to look at, whether it's online or TV or anywhere, even if I made it. Like, I just don't. Oh, I'm dodging into the pits. Anyway, I just don't want to be force-fed anything. I want to choose what I see everywhere.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, tis the future. All right, so we got the primes going on here. You can see the red sidewalls of the previous tires. Dave's on the super soft tires. I'm going on to just the regular softs. So I'm getting the prime tire out of the way, which I believe was your strategy. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm coming back out behind. Just you. All right, so it's a 13. No, I think the gap was too far. 13.5 seconds to you up the road. So that was the amount of time that I lost in the pit. So it's about 14-15 seconds for a pit stop here. Because I was about a second or two ahead.
For just tires.
Yeah, for just tires. So Dave's going to lose about an extra second there. So if he can make up that second on his super soft tires before he pits, then it's possible that he could make up that time, even possibly get ahead, do the undercut. The old undercut trick of maneuver is when you're switching tires, be able to come out ahead of the car that was ahead of you previously. And you can see there, Dave's gap is up to 14 seconds, so he was able to pull a half a second just in that sector. And Dave's coming in hot, might I add. Automatic pit limiter, so 0
Take advantage. Take advantage of
and
video game.
Options going on. So Dave's going on the options as well. This is me coming through the wall of champions.
And I'm out of my
believe
pit
that's
box.
Dave right there on the inside wall of the
And
map.
he
That's
passed
him.
me.
And I am now way in the lead. Well, not way,
really.
but further in the lead than I was. The gap is down 4 seconds than it was 2. And that might reduce or increase a little bit. I don't know. Based on
around
the
2
pit
seconds
exit.
prior to pits.
Yeah, so
some guy decides to stop right there.
you did gain a little time, and that was a hell of a cut. You did gain a little time though, despite the wing change.
Yeah.
So gap 3.5. So no, it's sticking around the same time. And I'm making sure that my next stint is options, and Dave is making sure that his engine mix is on rich. He wants to close the gap, burning more fuel to catch up to me. He's got 1 lap of extra fuel there. And it says on his lap delta that he's going to be pitting on lap 26, so we'll see how that works out.
I don't know how long these tires are going to last.
Yeah, it's not I mean, it's hard on the tires, this track, but it's not too abrasive,
really.
so you can, if you manage them well enough, you can kind of do it.
In my opinion, I don't really think they are that hard on the tires.
No?
No, it's to me, it just seems like it's a very fast track, and
it is. It's got some high G corners, which is why I think it's
true.
Wear the compound a little.
Yeah, I guess just because it seems like you're going so fast, it doesn't seem to affect them so much. But then again, when you are going fast, there's more downforce.
Gap's now
in the car.
4.4 almost.
Added a whole second.
So yeah, Dave's losing a little time there, and his fuel's back down to optimal. So he's probably gonna want to switch back to standard. I don't know if he did or not already or not. So
yeah, it's just normal.
Looking a little bleak here again. I'm starting. Well, the gap's down a little.
Yeah, my
second
second
back
one.
and forth. Yeah, you're. I forgot. Oh, all right. Dave's 1.4 seconds ahead of the pace, setting the purple sector.
Don't know what I did there.
Probably a corner cutting based on the grass on your tire.
Shut up.
All right. Well, we got a little bit. We got a bit of gap here. We can probably talk about some other things. Probably dating the video, but the latest Horizon 2, Forza Horizon 2 car pack came out a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And included the infamous Jaguar XJ220, which is an older car, but included the 458 Speciale, the Lexus RCF, and the the BMW M235i. Have you driven any of them yet?
I've driven the Jag, of course. I love that car.
We all know that's amazing. But the new cars, what's your opinion on the new ones?
I've only bought the BMW and the Ferrari. I don't know why I bought the BMW, partly because it's pretty much exactly the same as the M4, except for the...
Is it?
Looks slightly different.
It's much smaller than the M4.
Well, it's you know what I mean. It's like, it looks fairly the same, and it's pretty much the same damn car, except it's smaller and it's got a different engine in it. That's about it. There's not much difference between the two besides the back end.
So what have you driven? You said you drove the Lexus?
No, I haven't bought the Lexus yet. I've driven the Jag, the Ferrari, and the Beamer.
I see you drove the BMW.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think of the M2?
I like it. But like I said, it reminds me a lot of the M4, and if I had to choose between the 4 and the 2...
Oh yeah, well obviously. Is the M4 a coupe?
Yeah, the M3 is a sedan now.
So, how much more expensive is the M4 to the 2?
I have no idea, because you can get it for free.
No, but I mean like in real life. Like, why would they even bother making the M2?
I don't know. And I don't know why they even bothered killing off the 1M, but they did.
So. Oh, I thought that was like a... So is the M2 supposed to be like a replacement now for the 1M?
I think so.
Oh, well, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I was kind of shoehorning it in like... I'm thinking the M3 and the 1M. I'm like...
because I was on a site the other day looking at cars that are...
Dave's setting the fastest lap there, 118, almost 0.1. And just keep an eye on the gap now as we go through the sector. Let's check the gap. There's Dave's time's down to 2.3, almost 2.4. So Dave's closing in.
But yeah, no, because me and my friend were looking at a site for cars that were getting killed off in 2015 as their last year of being in production.
Oh, so they're still making it?
I think that's gonna be killed off somewhere in 2015 But
how many times have they killed off the fucking 1 Series?
Yeah, they're killing off the 1 Series as well as the Chrysler 200 convertible for now.
No one cares about that.
Yeah, no one does.
Talk about cars, Dave. Talk about real cars.
Real cars.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, guys, good news. There is a new Dacia Sandero. That's a new car. No, I don't know. I have no idea about that.
Yeah,
but in all honesty,
go ahead.
if I had to choose between the M4 and the M2,
yeah, well,
I think I'd actually go with the Huh?
That's a no-brainer.
What, M4?
Yeah, why wouldn't you pick the M4?
I don't know.
It's a much prettier car. It's also a much nicer car.
Yeah, I'd choose the M4.
I drove it in Forza, and not a bad car. I just think it aesthetically is not on the M level. They've definitely cut in the grass there.
Yeah.
Like if I was trying to shoehorn that in between the 1M and the M3, it doesn't. It feels like a base model Corolla or something. I mean, it has power and it has a nice BMW feeling about it, but it just doesn't aesthetically look like an M car. I don't even know why they bothered calling it the M235. Have they done that with other M cars? Usually it's just the M3 or the M5 or something.
No, they haven't actually.
So it seems weird that they would bother calling it. It's like, oh, this is the M 2.3 liter piece of crap.
It almost seems like it's just an M230, or well, a BMW 235i with an M body kit.
Yeah,
pretty much what it is.
I bet the M moniker on that car is really just for like a younger, probably can afford the M2 car, but they want an M car, so they're just gonna get this one.
If I were to choose an M car, out of the current lineup, I would definitely go with the M3 still.
The M,
I like
really?
the 4-door one. Yeah, I like the 4-door for some reason. It just looks nice.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to go with an M6, to be honest.
True.
That is
M6.
That is
nice
definitely the prettiest BMW made.
Except the one thing I really hate that BMW did. No, with the M6, the one thing I really hated in the most, or no, 2 weeks ago, the Top Gear episode where they drove the 3 cars to
That was
Australia?
months ago, Dave. What are you talking about?
Months ago.
Top Gear's not even on anymore. 1.9 seconds. Gap is down. Less than 2 seconds.
I hate how they made the M6, which is supposed to be a coupe, and still is. They made a 4-door version of the car and still call it a coupe, which is like, you know, it just doesn't make sense. I thought a coupe was cooler, you know?
A lot of the cars these days, it's like Mercedes putting badges on cars just because that's what they've called cars for 40 years when it's not the right number. Or, you know, it's like, or even BMW putting the fucking M badge on a 2.3 liter. It's like, no, just make cars and call them what they are. Like, what is the new friggin' Ferrari? What's it called? The replacement for the 458. It's the 488, right? Is what they called it. But it's a.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's basically a 458.
Yeah, but the 458 and every car preceding it, down to the 308, the first 2 numbers was the literage of the engine. Like the 458 had a 4.5 liter, and the 488, the car replacing it, has a 3.9 liter. So it's like, where the hell are you getting the 48 number? Doesn't make any sense. Dave set the fastest lap, 3/10 off, or 4/10 off my lap actually.
I mean, it is a pretty good looking car.
It's not bad. I like it in comparison to the Huracan. I like it more, I think.
Yeah, Huracan.
It's a little generic.
Yeah.
Right? It's too Audi is what it is. That's the problem. But Gap is definitely closed down now, so we can probably focus back on the race. Gap is almost within DRS range for Dave. So he's getting damn close. 1.1 seconds. So he's not within DRS range this lap. But he might be able to close it down the next lap. He's usually quicker in the first 2 sectors. So we'll see what happens here.
Quick note though, the reason why I think Ferrari didn't name it to 3 or 4 to 438 or whatever it is because it'll be going back.
It would have been the 398.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but if that just doesn't make sense. Like the idea is not to keep increasing the engine size, so you shouldn't keep increasing the number of the car. It's not like a serial thing. It's not like the Ferrari 7. You know, it's like I don't know. It's stupid. Just call it what the fuck it is.
With the F12. The F12 is lower than the F50 and F40, so I have no idea.
Yeah, they're like Red Bull has a good strategy. Like the F1 team, they've called their cars the RB1, the RB2. Dave was within DRS range, the RB3, and so on. Yep. But Ferrari, just about every year, it seems like their naming department come up with a new method or a new formula for naming their cars.
They used to just go by the year.
And then they change it every year. Like, it used to be like the F2005, the F2006, the F2007. Made sense. Like, it followed a pattern. Then it was like the F-150, and Ford tried to sue them. And it was like the F07, or like the F degrees. There's like degrees symbols. Like, what the hell do you call that? Like the F degrees?
The Ferrari.
I was like, I don't know what the hell that is. Gap up to 1.6.
Like
you lost 8/10 in that sector.
Yeah, Sector 3 for some reason doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, apparently. Like Mexican food. And into the wall champions. So we'll see what the gap is across the line here. See if any time there's a bit of a wing there on the wall. Wasn't mine.
Somebody hit it.
Somebody hit it, yeah. So gap is, and there it is, almost 2.2 seconds. So pulling out a colossal lead there towards the end of that. Into lap 22 already. Getting close to the end of the stint on the prime tires.
And they're still just being worn in. Look at that.
Yeah, the rears are starting to go off a little, but or at least
barely.
Around that's actually in your car, isn't it? Yeah, barely. I mean, they're getting there. Usually, you can drive them until they're bright yellow. By now.
Yeah,
it was when did we pit? Lap what? 9, 10?
14 or something.
Was it?
I think so.
Ah. I don't remember. I can't imagine 14 laps on options.
Well, I don't know. I think it might have been 9 or so. 9 and 10.
Plus 2 seconds out the pace, gap down to 1.7. So it's juggling back and forth here a lot. We got 13 laps to go. And my tires are looking about the same as Dave's. Actually, Dave's are a little less worn, I think.
Yeah, a little bit less.
Just a touch. Could be different car setups. All kinds of things you don't know. Yeah. Hey, what were we talking about? Ferraris. Right. Look at all the cars backed up here. There's literally, what, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars up here. It's a lot of cars on this road.
Too many.
And I guess you're just coming through the chicane now. And I got, who's this here? It's a Kvyat is ahead of me. Just snaking by him.
Is that last?
I don't even know. That's 17.
No.
So clearly the back markers are even being lapped by the back markers, which is quite funny. Plus I guess the pits are going around a little bit. Tires are starting to get a little orange. And Alonso down in third is 37 seconds off first and second place. So unless something a colossal failure occurs, it's pretty much guaranteed me and Dave are going to finish in first or second, as the order is still up for debate. Dodging and weaving around Magnussen. See me weaving between the two cars up ahead there.
Yeah, I don't know how this turn's going to go up there. This can't be good.
Yep, a lot of cars, and Dave's impatient, so... Okay, no, alright, just jumping over the curbs there. Can't be good for your tailbone. It's Ricardo and me passing
don't worry about that.
Grosjean on the inside. It's becoming a game of who can... Like, it's really difficult. Some of the AI in this, I mean, especially if they're going around corners, they don't... Oh, there's Maldonado. They don't get out of the way quick enough, and if you're leading and you're trying to maintain a gap, it's very crucial that you get ahead of the cars ahead of you in time, and the cars that are being lapped do have a blue flag, which means they need to get the fuck out of the way, but they don't always get out of the way, and they may be penalized for not moving out of the way quick enough, but that still doesn't give you the time back that they stole from fucking up your lead. So it doesn't look like either of us were impeded too much. Gap is still around the same time, I believe. Across the DRS detection zone, but I don't think Dave's going to be close enough yet.
No.
There's Gutierrez. Behind Sutil, yeah, Gap's almost 2.1 seconds. Sutil not knowing which way the hell he was going there. And Dave watching all of it from a few hundred feet down the road. And there's Sutil and Gutierrez making a weird pass in between us thing, which has got to be terrifying in an F1 car, right? I mean... Like passing between two semi-trailers or semi-trucks on the highway. You're like,
I'm gonna close your eyes the entire way through.
You're like afraid they're just gonna like box you in, like Smoking the Bandit style or something. Or even just Fast and the Furious drive over the top of you.
And kill you. Ruin your Mustang.
Yep.
I'm the best Mustang in the world. Be alright.
10 laps to go. Gap's 2 seconds. Dave, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty confident.
Right.
But,
1.7. 2 seconds out of or 2/10 out of that sector. Not bad.
pulled some time out of my ass.
But we still have a pit stop to go.
Yeah.
So the action is not over yet. There could be some weird slip-ups, some weird.
I didn't break my wing yet.
Some of the cars, for some reason in this game, when cars pit ahead of you, they tend to let all of the cars out ahead of you before letting you out. So you lose so much time when the game should just fucking let you go like everybody else. So if you pit when 10 other cars pit, you could probably lose 10 seconds, which is very annoying in this game. And lap 25, I think. All right, I believe I was trying to outlap you here. So your lap was 26. Now obviously we can't pit on the same lap. We can if the gap between us is far enough. But if I'm ahead of Dave and I pit and Dave pits behind me, he's going to lose so much more time because he has to stop while I'm getting my tires changed. So that's not really an option. So I was trying to outlap Dave. I was going to pit on lap 27, I think. I believe that's what I was trying to do. So Dave could still have his lap 26 because it was his pit strategy originally. Gap down to 1.2. Dave's setting another fastest first sector there. So you're hauling anus in that first sector, especially on however old these tires are, like 10 or 12 laps.
10 laps. Or a little more than 10 laps.
You did 16 laps on primes or on options?
No, I said a little more than 10. I corrected myself.
Yeah. So it must be what 12 laps you done on the. I don't even remember. We just fucking watched the goddamn video.
11 or 12.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever it was. Whatever. All right. Alonso is almost a whole minute behind us at this point. And Dave's dodging in, so he is pitting on his lap 26. He's not going to try and outlap me as well. Not making a stupid maneuver. So I'm staying out on older tires than Dave, as I pit before Dave, I think. Did I? Or did you?
On the first pit, you pit before I did.
Yeah. So these are older tires. So these are probably two laps older than your tires in that case. And Dave's going back out onto options, so he's going to be going much quicker. He's going to be lighting up the timesheets there now if he can get some clear space. He's got, who's that on the inside? Vern.
I think so.
Yeah, that's Vern. Right.
Yeah.
He's moved over to Formula E now, which seems to be picking up a bit of steam. Hopefully that sort of picks up a bit. You know, I don't know how long Formula One's going to be around. You know, I mean, they have contracts that stretch quite a long ways into the future, but I mean, you know, anything could happen. Dave's switching to rich mixture again, and we might be forced to run electric-only cars.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be for a while though.
Yeah, might not. They've talked about adding synthed engine note sounds to the e-cars, so they sound like F1 cars. And here I am.
Imagine one of those fail.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They talked about putting amplifiers on these cars actually to make them louder, and I don't think they bothered doing that because I think they said that it didn't make them louder enough, and it was just excess crap to put on the back of the car. So I'm back out now. Dave's coming along. We'll see where Dave's coming. Dave's going down the pit straight here, so this is going to be really close. Okay, so Dave is on the inside of the corner on the S. So who's going to get out first here? Dave's coming. Oh, we're actually neck and neck here, and Dave's getting ahead. I'm getting pushed into the wall by Caterham. Thank you for that. Dave hauling ass past Maldonado there, getting through the S. So Dave is actually 2 cars ahead of me now.
Yep.
So just in the blink of a frigging eye, Dave is now a second, 2 seconds up the road, 2.5 seconds up the road, and I had to cut back inside of the Lotus there, I think it was, to make up some space because Grosjean was being a piece of shit. Gap still 2.5 seconds, and yeah, that was hair raising. So I now, with 7 laps to go, am 2.5 seconds behind Dave. Whatever it is, let's see what the gap is here. 3.2 seconds into the second sector. Lost 3.6 seconds out of that lap, or out of those sectors so far because of the Caterham and the Lotus. So a bit of hauling ass to do here, I think. See if Dave can build the gap a little. And who's this? Who's this? We got Gutierrez ahead of... Oh! Oh! Alright, so Gutierrez tried to move over, I guess, out of the way, but being a dumbass, moved actually in front of me. Gap down at 2.4 seconds. I can't fucking talk. Dave setting another fastest lap, though. 1:17.459. It's pretty quick lap, especially for race pace on the options. Fuel burning out a little bit, so...
Yeah, giving you a lighter car.
Lighter car, burns quicker, goes quicker. But the gap is up to 2.6, so Dave, you are definitely you're definitely quick in that first sector there. And I was thinking when I was doing this race, or when I was actually doing this, that the car ahead of me was you. It's not. You're the car ahead of that car. Just going around the hairpin there. Yeah. So, actually, no. You're. Or is that you? Is it you? It might be you. It is you. I'm a dumbass. All right, never mind then. So, purple sector there, in the middle sector, down sector.
Skittles.
I'd never be a TV broadcaster. Yeah. So gap down to 1 point, whatever it was. Taking a little off the corner. And there. So what's the gap down to now? And oh, fastest lap as well. 1.162.
1:16.
Which is a second faster than your fastest lap.
You're hauling that.
Actually, it was 1.2 seconds, so Dave passed Bianchi on the inside. Bianchi staying well out of the way. And cutting a little off the line there, Dave style. What do we got now, gap-wise? Gap is 1.3, almost 1.4 seconds, so still not within DRS range. Probably won't be within DRS range for this lap. The DRS range is coming up pretty soon. After this little... You see the green dot there on the map. Oh, missing a little bit of the corner. Didn't say fuck off though, so that's pretty good. See how we're doing. Coming around to the Pingla hairpin, which is where I sat during the 2011 Grand Prix. Very nice corner. A great complex. A lot of little restaurant outlet things nearby. Oh, I am within DRS range. All right, so this is gonna mix things up a bit. Rear wing flap open. Tires are running pretty cold, but you can see just how close, how much I closed up on the back of Dave there. And Dave, running a little wide, closed on the inside. And, okay, illegal overtake, so it was held off on the inside of the track, so I had to give the position back or I would have been penalized. And so I lost a little bit of time there, but not much, thanks to the DRS on. Getting a little tail happy. Dave, again, pulling away in this first sector. So, alright, Dave taking a huge chunk out of the corner there and gaining a massive time advantage, but the game doesn't give a fuck about that. Just only cares if you overtake him on a straight for some reason. So what's going through your mind here? With me on your anus, we got 4 laps to go.
Pretty much just haul ass.
You nervous? You what? You heart up in your throat, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a pretty big adrenaline rush, I gotta say. Even just watching this, I'm starting to get, I'm starting to feel that adrenaline burning again.
Starting to relive the adrenaline, huh?
Yeah. And so close to the back now. It really is down. I mean, it's like a half a second in it now. We got 4 laps to go. Anything could happen. DRS range is probably not much. Dave turned invisible. Probably not much you can do about it to hold me off. Dave is not fighting it. And taking the inside of the corner as well. So not much Dave can do. Oh. Alright, you lost a lot of time there.
Didn't really give me a whole lot of room to make much of a choice there.
And no. Well, I mean, I had the racing line, so I mean...
Yeah, and didn't try to fight it.
Didn't impede, lost some time. Gap is at 1.3 seconds, so you're not too far off.
Back to where we were.
You might be able to mount a counterattack. You got enough time. Corner cutting, doesn't give a fuck.
Nope.
And we're starting to close in on a lot of back markers, as you've seen in the previous pit stop, which fucked me up. But that's probably the one problem about this track, is it's so narrow in parts and so crucial to get the exact racing line in order to make the next corner properly, that it being so short, having all of the other cars on the track really for faster cars, make it difficult to race, I guess, in an exciting fashion or efficiently. I guess Dave switching back up to rich mixture, and already burned back down to optimal. So I don't know how that's gonna work out for you. Oh, you're already back up to 1. Did you switch back?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So I guess it's just like right on the line there. There you go. Now you're switching back. Cross the line gap is just over 1 second, just out of DRS range. But you did have DRS range, or you were in DRS range. You got DRS off. Did you get DRS off me? You got it off somebody. I didn't think you were that close, but apparently you were. Oh, and mowing the lawn again.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You like Bush, Dave?
Yes.
All right. Half second to gap.
Don't know what you mean by bush.
Yes, you do. You like a little bit of a landing strip for you, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It needs to find its way, man.
Does it? Does it like crawling in through all of the little forests of crinkly fibers?
Crinkly forest.
And then screaming,
Crinkly fibers.
Mike, get to the chopper.
Gap is
Oh,
0.6 seconds.
Stop fantasizing, man. Jeez.
I got a whole novel written. Dave's in DRS range, but
Yeah, your dictionary of penises that your dad has.
yes. I'll have to find that, dig that out. Go down to Robin Hood Bay and dig it out. Dave's getting close though, you had DRS range. But you're not really, it doesn't seem like you're being able to make, no, you did make
less than a second.
Didn't make an improvement at all there though.
No.
You actually lost time. But you're right up my anus, right up my anus coming through the Sen S there. And yeah. Down through this corner, whatever the hell it is.
Mowing the lawn corner.
Yeah, the lawn. The Dave lawn corner. Around here where Sebastian Vettel famously fucked up in 2011 and let Jenson Button pass him on the final lap of the race, which I saw and basically shit my pants. And then down around here, cutting. We got 34 laps. 34 laps. Look at this. We got 2 laps left in the race. Dave's right up my trumpet. We got a couple of cars ahead of us. Oh, Dave's looking down the inside already, looking to get that advantage to use his DRS, but didn't make the apex, or too much on the apex. He couldn't get his power down out of the corner, but is still going to get DRS. So he is going to make. Is he going to be close enough? There's me weaving to the inside, so Dave couldn't take the racing line, and that might have been my saving grace for that for that maneuver. And man, my heart is friggin' pumping. We're on to the final lap here. This is where everything counts. This is where it all matters. This is where shit gets broken.
All the marbles.
All the marbles playing for here. 0.6 of a second. Got a couple cars ahead. Dave needs to make every possible opportunity to overtake me when he takes it, if he wants to get ahead of me. And Perez there screwing me up a little bit and helping Dave out actually, but weaving in front of him wasn't so much of an assist. 2/10 Dave again for the final time, setting a lightning fast first sector. And we're going down to the bridge, and Dave looking for the inside, cutting there.
Ooh. Neck and
oh
neck.
my god. Down into the hairpin. Dave's on the inside. There's not much I can do about it. I'm going to cut back ahead of him and see if I can get across. Who got the DRS off that? We were neck and neck the whole way down the straight. Dave pushing me off the track, one wheel on. And I got the DRS. So Dave's trying to make a last-ditch attempt to push me out. And, there's nothing. Kenny lost a little bit too much ground there. So DRS again. Not much Dave could do, but he had a very valiant effort. He had a very valiant effort in that. 0.243 of a second in the end there. That was a great race, Dave. You did excellent. I want to congratulate you on a very exciting race. That
quite exciting.
Required me to defecate my bowels multiple times.
Right after the race, he's got to be right back.
Much for that. And yeah, I mean, look at the cars all the way down the list are lapped multiple times. There's literally the first 3 cars that were classified. And here's the point standings after the Montreal. Me and Dave again still on top. and Vettel behind by 10. So we are now separated by, what is it, 63 points? So that is 3 victories for you and no points for me in order for you to close that gap. So that's a little... It seems a little insurmountable at this point, but it is still very early in the season. It's only 7 races. We still have 12 to go. So it is possible. Anything is possible at this point. So, here's the Constructor Championship points. Again, we're pulling away.
100 points ahead.
100 points ahead of Red Bull after 7 races. So I think it's pretty much a shutout already based on the previous races. So, I want to thank everybody for watching. Hopefully you found it as exciting as we did. And, yeah, so hope you enjoyed the race. And we'll see you in, what's the next one, Silverstone? Or, no, it was Austria.
Austria.
We'll see you in Austria. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Boy.